Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Holistic Kids Show. My name is Zane.
My name is Qasim.
And my name is Noah.
We're the Holistic Kids, here to educate us kids from the inside out.
Headaches, migraines, back pain, leg pain. Pain is more common in kids than we think.
Chronic pain, which is pain lasting 3 or more months, is a common problem among children and teens that can badly impact our life, their families, and their society.
46% of the kids' population is dealing with chronic pain.
That is a lot of kids.
So, how can we help improve their symptoms? And why is this happening? Kids shouldn't be in pain.
Well, we have an amazing guest here today. Jane Hogan, the wellness engineer, blends science and spirituality to help people release chronic pain using the mind, body, and breath so that they can become empowered creators of their own health. Combining ancient wisdom with leading-edge science, Jane's Wellness by Design blueprint has helped hundreds of people release chronic pain naturally. She is the host of the Wellness by Design podcast. She has been published in Thrive Global and Elephant Journal magazines. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, it's honestly my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here and to talk about something that is such a big problem with kids.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Kids are supposed to run and have fun and play, but now they're just sick, which is really sad.
Mm.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
How did you go from being an engineer to now working in the wellness world? We would love to hear your story.
Oh, thanks, Noah. I had my own problem with chronic pain. I didn't know that I was always healthy and strong. I was not a kid in a lot of pain, but I had a very stressful year, and then that led to joint pain that kept on moving all around my body. I felt like a voodoo doll. Have you ever heard of like a voodoo doll where people stick pins in them?
Ooh.
That's what it felt like. Someone had a doll of me and they were sticking pins in, and I was getting this pain all around my body. Later, it was diagnosed as rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune condition.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I learned how to reverse all the symptoms holistically.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that I really just then wanted to teach other people what I had learned. And so I left my engineering career, became the wellness engineer, and now I help people use holistic solutions to get out of chronic pain.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Amazing.
So,
let's start with the basics. Yeah. We know there are many types of pain. So, why does someone have pain? And what is pain?
It's interesting. A lot of people think because we feel pain like in an area of our body, we think that's where the pain is, but the pain has everything to do with the brain. So our brain is involved in the pain, especially we're talking about chronic pain here, right? Not acute pain. Acute pain is pain that you have that you should have, right? That warns you, if you're touching a hot stove that you're going to pull your hand away because it hurts. Chronic pain is pain that lasts, as you said, more than 3 months. But our brain is involved with pain. So if we talk about pain, we really have to talk about the brain as well and our mind, because it can change our perception of pain.
So 46% of kids are going through chronic pain. Yeah. How has that number been increasing?
My own experience is that my pain came on with stress. And I've seen this in so many other people as well. And it's not just we think of stress that maybe it's like, school stress or work stress, but there's emotional stress as well. And kind of how we think about ourselves. So any kinds of stress really are involved. Any type of stress that we have can actually then help produce pain anywhere in the body. It sounds kind of funny. I had joint pain. What did that have to do with stress in my life? Our body will just decide to prioritize different areas or not prioritize areas, and then it will create pain in those areas.
Interesting.
So we talk a lot about inflammation on this show. So what exactly is inflammation, and does it have anything to do with pain?
It does. There's so many facets to pain. Another another area of pain that we talk about, usually pain and inflammation do go together because first of all, we get the inflammation, right? That's our body kind of dealing with a stressor, like a physical stressor. And then it creates pain when it over time. Um, but we also a lot of pain begins with inflammation, and most inflammation begins in the gut. And so there's often a gut health component. It's there's so many parts that go together with pain because
Mhm.
we can have the stress, then the stress stops our body. So, have you talked about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic state of the nervous system on this show before?
I think so. We've definitely talked about the nervous system.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic state. So, the parasympathetic state of the nervous system is the good state. It's like, oh, this is running the show as normal. So, digestion happens normally. All of our hormones are working normally. We sleep well. All of
Mhm.
these great, we grow like we should, and all that. That happens in the parasympathetic state. In the sympathetic state, that's like our fight, flight, fear state. So if there's like a stress, we have this state that's like going to stop all those other systems or kind of put them on the back burner, so to speak, and have us prepared to fight because our brain, when it gets stressed, it doesn't really know the difference between um, taxes and tigers, or something going on at school, a teacher that yells at you, and a tiger. To our brain, it's kind of the same. So it's going to go into that fight flight state, that sympathetic state. And so digestion, so we're going to go back to digestion again. Digestion then doesn't work so well. And when it doesn't work so well, then we can get overgrowths of um, bacterias. We can get because food isn't digesting like it should, we're not absorbing nutrients well. Our immune system can get inflamed, can get activated, and then we can get sicker, we can get pain, we could get a lot of different things happening. So a lot of it comes back to, we want to get ourselves back into that parasympathetic state, the rest and digest, repair, everything normal, everything's functioning well kind of state. That's what we want to do.
Mhm.
Pain can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be interior with the gut. How can we protect ourselves from these pains that we get?
Well, pain is a message from our body. So it's kind of the way our body talks to us. So, first of all, I like to think about not seeing pain as an enemy that we want to cover up. We want to see pain as information. And lots of times I'll tell people, imagine that pain is like a small child or a pet that's saying,
Mhm.
I need some help. I need some help. And so it's a way that your body is asking for help. So we don't want to just cover it up. It's not really dealing with the problem. We want to get to the root cause of the
Mhm.
problem and solve that. And so there could be a lot of different reasons, but let's just come back to the common one, and that is stress. And also toxins can be another thing. But we'll just for this show, we'll talk about stress. So we want to get ourselves into that relaxation state. So I think, did I answer your question, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay. We want to come back to that relaxation state. And so I bet you can think of some ways to get yourself relaxed. What do you do to be relaxed?
I mean, sometimes I'll do like a habit that I like to do sometimes, or I'll just try to keep it away from myself and do something that I can get my mind off of it.
Mhm. Yep. What about you, Kasim?
Um, at school, I take deep breaths. In the morning, I take deep breaths, like different mindfulness. And I also like playing with the Rubik's Cubes.
I love it. And what about you?
So, in our house, we do a lot of deep breathing and humming, like Gossam talked a little bit about. But I really like to draw, paint, color, basically just art in general. I really like artists. I'm an artist.
I love this. The three of you came up with some great ideas for how you can relax, right? How
Mhm.
whenever we can relax, even if you've got a sharp pain, you can still do something that's going to make you feel more relaxed. And that actually helps lower pain. So there's a lot of scientific studies showing that things like deep breathing, doing something relaxing, doing meditation, any of these things help change our perception of pain, because pain is very emotional as well. When we have a pain and we start to worry about it, and also like, will it ever go away? We start to think about the future a lot, then that actually makes the pain worse. And so we want to kind of come back to the present moment. People talk a lot about coming back into the moment. What am I like? What can I do right now to feel better? I could take some deep breaths. I could do something that I like to do, like painting. So you could do any of those things would be really good. Yeah, so there's a lot of different things you can do. Meditation, I like to do breathing practices, and really focusing on the area that you're having pain in is another tool. Journaling is another great tool. A lot of
Mhm.
times we hold emotions inside and we bottle them up, and then really we just want to like get them out. So sometimes if you journal, so writing down your feelings, what's bugging you, write it down. If you're worried about someone reading your journal, no problem. Take that page, tear it out, tear it up into little tiny pieces, get rid of it. No one's going to see it. But you can just use this tool to get it out of you.
Mhm.
Another great tool that maybe you haven't heard of is tapping. Have you had anyone on your show talking about tapping before, where you tap on different points?
No.
I don't think so.
Sounds a little weird, doesn't it?
I don't know if just hitting yourself is gonna help.
Well, it's tapping. So what tapping is a kind of a combination of traditional Chinese medicine and modern psychology. So we think about the thing that's bothering us, and while we think about it, we tap on certain meridian points. So these are like ends of like energy channels in our body. While we are thinking about this thing, collarbone is another one, and then under your arm, about just below your armpit, and then we can go around again. So we go around in this cycle, and there's a great app that's available called the Tapping Solution. It's a free app. Yeah, I know, seems kind of crazy and funny, but
Mhm.
this is a way of releasing the emotions. So it's been, again, scientific studies behind it. So this is a great resiliency tool you can use for pain. You can use it for if you're feeling anxiety or feeling a little bit of stress. If you've experienced something like a very stressful situation, you've got this tool to help you. So you think about what's bothering you, and then while you do the tapping, you'll notice that you start to feel better. And then you say along with it, I notice I'm starting to feel better. And you keep going until you actually can, bring that tension or the pain that you're feeling down. You can rate it before out of
Mhm.
10 and then rate it after out of 10. And you can see that it can come down a little bit. So another great tool.
A lot of kids are dealing with trauma.
Yeah, like with their parents, with outside, just within the world in general. There's a lot of trauma.
Will
Yeah.
trauma lead to chronic pain?
There actually is a big link between childhood trauma and health problems later on in life. So it could be autoimmune conditions. It could be any kind of chronic condition. Also pain. So yeah, it's really common. So if anyone that's watching the show is experiencing trauma, and it doesn't even have to be big trauma. I had little trauma. You know what my trauma was? I had a brother that teased me all the time. And it
Oh.
wasn't anything big, but he just teased me all the time. But in my world as a little kid, it was a big deal. And so that was traumatic for me. So it's trauma is how we respond to a situation. If we're in a situation and we feel helpless, that is trauma and or traumatic experience. So if you are experiencing trauma, then make sure you seek some help. you can also try some of these tools that I talked about for releasing emotions, but it's really important that you get some help and from someone that can, give you the support that you need.
Trauma and anxiety seem to be two big things that trigger chronic pain. Are these similar or are they different? What connections do they have?
Mhm.
They're both connected to the nervous system. So they both will trigger that sympathetic state of the nervous system, right? Where we're not in that relaxation mode anymore, right? We're triggered into that other fight, flight, sympathetic state of the nervous system. So we want to try to get out of that if we can. But yes, they are both very similar because they are both really a response to the nervous system.
Cool.
So, I don't know if we talked a lot about you. Like, can you tell us more about you? Like, why have you become like when you were younger, why did you want to grow up and help people?
Well, I didn't always know it. I was an engineer. So I went to university and I worked as an engineer and I designed structures and I taught engineering at a college. And so I wasn't even planning on doing any of this work. But once I had my own situation and I learned how to reverse it, I really felt like I can't keep this to myself. I've learned all this stuff and I need to
Mhm.
teach it to people. And so that's really what motivates me to do this. So yeah, that's why I decided to leave and pursue this. And I really felt like this is what I was meant to do.
Why? So,
Cool.
that's amazing.
What else can we do to get to the root cause of chronic pain?
Well, the root cause of chronic pain a lot of times is the nervous system, the brain's involved. And I think the first thing we need to do is really relax. Try to get into that relaxation state. So the easiest way to do this is breathing and just noticing your breath. Noticing your breath. And a really fun thing you can do that can calm the nervous system, which is kind of like breathing. It's a little step up from breathing, and that's humming. So humming, when we hum, our vocal cords touch the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve goes from our head, goes all the way down through the back of our throat. It touches all of our organs, and it's called the vagus means wandering. So it's a wandering nerve. And when that gets activated, that activates the parasympathetic state of the nervous system, that relaxation state. So humming is a great thing to do. So do you want to try doing some humming with me right now?
Why?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's try to do a humming. So when we hum, obviously our mouth is going to be closed. So we're going to inhale through the nose into the belly. We're going to keep the mouth closed and exhale through the nose with a humming sound. And then just be quiet. Do you notice anything? Do you feel any different?
I feel more relaxed.
Feels a lot nicer.
If you're tired.
Let's try it again. This time, cover your ears. So inhale. Did you notice anything different?
I can kind of feel vibrating in my thumbs, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the vibration.
You can notice the vibration more, right? Let's do it again. This time we're going to cover the ears, and also you can cover your eyes or just close your eyes, okay? So let's do this. Inhale. Hum.
squeeze it anymore.
Okay, now just sit quietly, close your eyes, and just have some silence for 3 breaths. There you go. How do you feel?
Really relaxed.
Yeah.
It feels really nice because when we covered both our ears and our eyes, we kind of blocked everything else, and we can only hear and kind of see, if that makes sense, the humming.
The vibration, yeah.
Wow.
And did you know that humming? So I was trying to keep us. I don't have my singing bowl here with me now, but when we hum in the key of B, which is kind of what I was aiming for there, may have been a little off, the key of B, then that's especially relaxing for the mind. So you might look up some songs that are in the key of B that you like. Some of the ones that I probably know different ones than you know. So like I Will Always Love You. Do you know that song by Whitney Houston?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No.
Well, I won't try to sing it, but that's an example of one. Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond is another one. These are all way too old for you. You'll have to look up some of the
Mhm.
songs that are songs you know, but just look up songs in the key of B, and you can hum those songs. And that as you go about your day, instead of like just sitting there and humming, you can also, if you're out in public and you feel like I can't really like just hum or close my eyes or cover my ears right now, you can hum a song that's in the key of B, and that will help as well.
Like by key of B, do you mean like B major scale? Like that?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I actually typed that in right now, and it says that there's one called "I'm Yours" by Jason Mraz. So
Jason
there's
Mraz.
a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
No.
I don't know.
I know-
I looked it up, and there's quite a lot.
I know Sweet Caroline.
You know Sweet Caroline?
My
Mhm.
grandfather played it for me. He's a guitarist.
Yeah, so you got a bunch of tools you can try now. So pick something that's fun for you,
Mhm.
and anything that you do to get yourself into that relaxation response of the nervous system is going to help you in every part of your life. You're going to feel relaxed. If you've got chronic pain, you're going to have less pain. If you're studying for something at school, you're going to think better, you're going to make better decisions, you'll get along with people better. So there's a whole host of benefits of getting into that relaxation response.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was amazing. We love
Amazing.
this.
We love it.
There's so much tools that we can now implement into our daily lives, and we can kind of every single day we can do one of these. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So please tell us more about your webinar and where people can find you.
Oh, thank you for asking that. I've got a webinar coming up on February 28th called Unlock Ancient Secrets to Living Pain-Free. And it's all about blending ancient like wisdom with modern science to help people release chronic pain. So there's a link there. It's at thewellnessengineer.com/webinar. People can register there. And if you want to find me, my website is thewellnessengineer.com. I'm on social media, YouTube, at Jane Hogan Health. And I've got a podcast as well. And I've got the Holistic Kids coming on it soon too. And that's called Wellness by Design.
Make sure to check that out on February 28th. We need more people to know about this wellness and how we can treat it.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
It's my mission.
Yeah. Amazing. So thank you so much, Miss Jane. So much. Yes, so much. Thank you so much, Miss Jane Hogan. This was so amazing and so powerful.
Amazing.
Let's recap Miss Hogan's key points.
Chronic pain in kids is on the rise. Pain is a message for the body. We need to see it as information. Pain is like a small child that says, it needs help. We don't want to cover it up. Getting to the root cause is important to lower chronic inflammation.
Our nervous system is super important for managing our pain. We want to get ourselves back to the rest and digest state. Whenever you can relax will with help to lower pain.
Mhm.
Like deep breathing, meditation, help change our perception of pain. My fault. Writing down your feelings and tear it up. That will help to get our feelings out. Humming is a great way to help us calm down. Find out what works for you and have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Have
Don't
fun,
have fun.
everyone.
Tapping is
Then to
also a
be-
powerful way to
Mhm.
lower pain. Thinking about the pain and tapping on different areas can help your symptoms. There is a free app called Tapping Solution to help to release pain.
What a
Child-
great recap.
Thank you.
Childhood trauma can lead to health problems. Trauma is how we respond to a situation. If you are dealing with trauma, seek help, and it is important to get help.
If you are dealing with pain, it may seem like there is no hope, but we want to tell you
No.
that there is hope. Check out Miss Jane's webinar today to find solutions. And then when is it coming out? February 28th?
Thank
So in 20 days? 20 days.
20 days.
It is. Make sure to check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again, Miss Jane. We are so thankful for your wisdom and time for today.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Zansari.
I'm Noah.
And I'm Carson.
Follow my family and I on the social media, Holistic Mom D, and look out for my mom's book. She is working on her eighth book, and I'm doing the illustrations, and we're writing a book. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Please need to learn for other kids. Please download our podcast and iTunes and leave a review so other kids and families can benefit. We need to work together to create a healthy future for all of us and the planet. Join us next week for another episode of the Holistic Kid Show, where kids are empowering kids. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank